putting the fight in faster than light. Welcome to Cosmopunk.
Until Proven Innocent, a homebrew Starfinder adventure featuring the crew of the Leica 7.
I'm Cypher, and I play Ryder, a Yosaki operative otter with a sharp sword and an affinity for sushi. I'm also the pilot of the Leica 7.
I'm Ty, and I play Radar, the cyborg mechanic coyote replete with big guns and a small attention span. Also, the weapons officer of the Leica 7.
Hi, I'm Pan, and I play Baph, ex-galactic idol, now kobold android mystic, and the captain of the Leica 7.
Hi, I'm RJ. I play V, a Vesk engineer, and the drone flyby. V is the ship's mechanic and chief trouble magnet, but for this campaign, I'm going to be the DM. Episode 5. Don't talk about his brother. After settling in at their client and host Iago's incredibly luxurious mansion, the team starts investigating potential security weaknesses, interviewing staff, and finally gets a chance to see the vault and fabled obelisk they're tasked with protecting. You have arrived. Your Shirin prisoner has been taken away for interrogation. Nesta is willing to give you a complete tour of the facility. If you want to get settled in first, you're more than welcome to. Iago, meanwhile, he's looking less shaken now. He's got like a gin and tonic inside him.
Yep.
He's gone to see his family on the upper reaches of the mansion. Understandably, he's shaken. He wants a bit of like relaxing time and decompressing and processing his traumatic experience.
He didn't even get fussed.
Obviously, he has to maintain like dignity and steadfastness and stoicness in the face of any and all danger.
Oh, I see.
But inside, he was bricking it.
That's the mark of true bravery.
Yeah, true.
So the ability to display a stiff upper lip.
Yes, even when you're shitting yourself.
But yes, Ryder, or Radar actually, whoever wants to fly it. The Fourth Dawn is going to be taken away for repairs.
Ooh, I'll get my shitbox.
You'll need to detach your shipbox.
Yeah, I detached
However,
the shitbox.
you have the run of the hangar for your purposes.
I park it right in the fucking middle.
Why?
I don't know. No, I'll park it on one side.
Nesta glared at you.
Yeah, no, I'll park it over to one side out of the way.
Yeah.
I did the check on it, didn't I? It's all fine.
Yeah, you checked it in the last episode. It wasn't damaged by shrapnel. It hasn't been tampered with. It is
Good.
completely fine.
Good.
Yeah.
It's supposed to have those holes in it.
Those holes are predating the.
Yep.
So, yep, the Fourth Dawn slowly lifts off from inside the hangar and disappears off into the horizon. He's probably going to buy a new one, to be honest.
Yeah, his old one was wrecked by a certain otter.
He can just give it to us. We'll take it. It's fine.
It's pretty fucked. Like,
No, we can fix it.
we're talking hull damage.
Wait, who am I talking to?
Yeah. Are you okay? You're having some kind of fit.
Nesta says, would you care to take a tour of the establishment, or would you prefer to rest for a moment and gather yourself together? I can show you to your rooms, to the security yards, the rest of the mansion.
Yes.
Yeah, please. We'll settle down and then we'll come out and have a recce of the place. Maybe have a look at the map so we can set up our security detail.
Very well. You still have the data pad that you were given at the start of this. He gestures to Baph.
Oh, yes, I have.
If you need to contact me, you can raise me at any time.
Thank you
very much.
Much appreciated. You know, before we go, actually, could I speak to the android you left at?
I'm sure you could. They'll be in the security station.
I don't want to like interrogate them. I'm just like, what's the deal with you guys?
I'll come with you, Beth.
Yeah, sure. I don't being left behind.
Yeah.
But catch some culture in here or something.
It's not a disease, Radar.
It is. I've seen it.
Okay, so you head.
Rot your teeth.
Yeah, you head inside the main building, I suppose, the complex. There is, within the main atrium, an elevator which brings you up probably 5 or 6 stories to an overhanging area which overlooks both the main mansion, the grounds, the hangar, and the beautiful scenic vista of pleasant countryside of Query in the background.
How charming.
The security station itself is essentially a row of consoles with security feeds from all aspects of the building, aside from Iago's private quarters. Jocasta and Malbec are both there.
Actually, before we go in real quick, I just want to have a quick aside to the other two. You two mentioned that you heard an android screaming.
Yeah.
Yeah, still trying to get that out of my head.
Okay. have you spoken to these two? Does anything sound familiar?
We spoke to the android. He said he was fine.
Yeah.
I mean, like beforehand. Does he seem different anyway?
Don't
Different,
think so.
no.
Hmm.
Why? What were you expecting?
I don't know.
Or something?
Did we meet any other androids on the ship?
No, so the only android that you specifically met on the ship is Jocasta.
But we were in atmosphere. We could have heard something down here.
Yeah,
I'm just asking why they're twins. I'm just going to say why are you twins? That's weird.
You just say that to their face.
No.
Why are you twins?
Why?
Why?
You bastard. I mean, roleplay it.
Kick in the door and ask why you twins.
You twins, why?
Okay, I'm gonna find. Are they together or?
So at the moment, Jocasta is monitoring the security feeds. He's sort of flicking through them. He's doing checks against the list of operational things that need to be working. He's basically just checking through all the cameras, keeping track of anything that's changed, anything that looks suspicious. Malbec, meanwhile, is at the back of the room, and they are. Looks like they're just writing something.
Okay, so apart from my general curiosity, is there anything you guys want to know from these guys?
No.
The relationship with the Argo, sort of how long they've known him, any interest, personal curiosities in what they do, that sort of thing. We're trying to build up a case file on possible suspects, but try not to be too suspicious. That's all I'll say.
Okay, that sounds like a lot more than I was really going for, but I'll see if I can
Okay,
work that.
Baffy. Well, no, that's fine. We'll just let the thing get stolen and then not get paid.
No, so.
Sass otter.
Well, that's what you're doing. I mean, you just walked into the room and then just not said anything. So
And we just started arguing.
No, we argued. We were having an aside outside.
No, I like to think psychic in case anyone could hear us.
Yeah.
But then we just stood still.
You just all walked into the room, stood still, and then just like made expressions at each other. And
Yeah.
got Malbec, who's just like working on some notes, just looks up and is like,
What?
Can I help you?"
God damn it. Oh, Malbec, hi. I was wondering, if you don't mind me asking, it's not personal. If I ask, what's the deal with you and your partner, Jocasta? Are you two brothers or?
Oh, our appearance.
I mean, it's not clear. She turns to Ryder. Was that not clear?
I just shrug.
I don't.
I suppose in one way you could say we're twins, but it's a lot more complicated than that,
When is it ever
and
simple?
quite personal as well.
Oh.
Right, of course. Well, that's fine. I was just curious. It was interesting to meet another android who had the appearance of their partner. So, thank you for your time.
Awkward.
Backs away.
Jocasta just leans back and just like, awkward.
Ooh!
Also.
Yes, right. Also, ignoring that bizarre so far. Also, we wanted to know how long have you been working with Master Iago?
So Malbex. I've been working for him 5 or 6 years now. He's been a good boss, a reliable boss. He pays us on time. Generally a nice quiet life, if I'm honest. We just keep track of his security, make sure nothing suspicious happens around him, keep the security around the manor in running order, and that's it, really.
And you don't usually have any issues, especially not like today.
Oh, nothing like today ever happens. And Jocasta leans back from his chair again and is like, yeah, to be honest, we really took up this gig because it was supposed to be easy.
There we go. There's the kernel of truth. There we go.
There it is.
Radar is going to turn around and try not to giggle.
I instantly believe everything these people are saying.
Malbec just glares at Jocasta.
A veil of truth.
Malbec's just like, you know what, ignore Jocasta, we're diligent and hardworking.
Of course you are. Listen, there's just one more thing I was curious about. You've worked with him for a long time. He's often had valuable items, right? And no one's ever come for them like this?
Oh, no. I mean, to be honest, it seems like this Obelisk is what's kicked up all the fuss. I mean, he's got some pretty nice treasures. There's been the occasional, idiot that's tried to nick the tablecloth or something, but...
Wow, I can't believe anyone would... Why would they do that? That sounds insane and crazy to do in front of people.
There's always weirdos out there, but like I said, it was pretty just like.
What sort of weirdo steals a tablecloth, Baffy?
Who would do such a thing?
So mad. Why a tablecloth?
I want to point out that Radar stole it and gave it to Batman.
I want to point out that Baphomet handled the stolen goods.
That's fair. That's fair.
You are an accomplice.
Yeah. But as I was saying, other than people doing churlish things in your presence,
Silly.
you haven't had any problem. Would you mind, though? You've probably heard things on the grapevine and such. Have you ever heard of a gentleman called Master Holmes?
Yeah, he's a bit of a shit, if I'm honest. I don't trust him at all. Every time he comes to visit Iago, we keep a close eye on him. Not because we're worried he's going to nip anything, just because we're worried he's going to tamper with stuff.
Baph, make a note of that. Write that down.
No matter how much Iago likes to pretend that they're just casual business rivals, there's definitely bad blood between the two of them.
Why does he come to
They've
visit?
stepped on each other's toes way too much.
Why does he come to
But
visit
that's
then?
just my opinion.
Why does he come to visit if they have such bad blood?
They maintain business contacts, of course.
Oh, right.
Pursuit of money above
One
all.
of those.
Play the game, even if they hate each other.
What about Master Nestor, Iago's right man?
Oh, Nestor. Nestor's been around since before us. He's old school. He was setting up. I think it's his idea to start up the art collection in the first place. I think the mutually beneficial agreement between him and Iago. It seemed like a good idea to get the houses to pair up as well. Before that, they were sort of. They weren't rivals, but they were definitely estranged from each other.
You don't sense any kind of like sexual tension or anything?
What?
What?
Nothing. I'm just fucking.
Is that what you meant to say, Baph? Or...
Sorry, you've said it now.
No, fine. Yes, I did.
Don't know about the Nestor, actually. He's never really seemed to have much of a family of his own. Just seems to dedicate himself to collecting
Well,
weird old
he's got that
shit and
snake.
look after it. What?
Bob.
Oh.
Oh, Bob.
Yeah, it's not Bob.
Remember Bob?
Isn't
Bob's
Bob great?
amazing.
I don't know. The relationship between an engineer and his drone is neither here or there to me.
It is to us.
Who are you?
Right, well, thank you for your time. If we need anything, I'm sure we can contact you. We have this data pad.
Yeah, no problem. We're usually up around here. We're in our own quarters. Like I said, we maintain pretty much a 24/7 security watch. Either one
There
or
is
the other.
one thing I did want to get by with you guys, just to be on to all clear.
Yeah,
Just so
that's
we understand things here, my team and I are experts. We're brought on this as a separate job. If
Yeah.
anything happens and we require assistance, we would most appreciate swift agreement. Believe me, it'll be in all our favors.
Agreement with what?
Well, if anything comes up that it may seem like a really strange, crazy idea that could fail on the roll of a die, but we would like you to humor us.
Facilitate us.
Support us.
Quite cooperate
That's
with
how they
us.
just, like, they both look at each other and raise an eye at each other in perfect synchronization, and then look at you. It's like, I guess. But if you ask us to do something stupid and outlandish, we're probably not going to do it.
Oh, of course not. We would only ask you to do things in the most dire of circumstances.
All right, but like I said, we're not contracted out to you. We're working our own thing, and it's our ass as much as yours if anything goes missing from his collection. So,
Oh, of course. Believe me, we don't want anyone's asses to be
Collected.
collected. Quite, yes. What?
yeah, seems fair enough. And both of them hold out their hands to you.
Oh,
Do
look
the
back
thing,
over
Baph, do the
that.
thing. Because
She gives him her hand.
Okay, shakes your hand.
Yeah, great.
Wow.
Oh, it's a handshake. Well, Malbec and Jocasta, thank you very much. We look forward to working with you in the near future. And
Yeah.
see you later on.
Like I said, you've pretty much, from the sounds of it, got the run of the place. But the way I see it, we'll probably end up taking shifts looking after stuff. I mean, Jocasta normally takes night shift. I normally work the day. There's usually some overlap as well, so we'll both be around. And if you need us, you can raise us on the pad or just find Nestor. He'll usually know where we are.
Righto.
Ruru, what time are you starting your works then? I'm guessing that Nestor hasn't given you the full tour yet, if you're still wandering around.
Nothing yet, no. We're just sort of acclimatizing ourselves to the surroundings, and we haven't even unpacked our bags yet.
Oh, yeah.
Just thought we'd come and say hi.
Hi.
Well,
Who waves? Hello. Let's leave before it gets weirdly more awkward somehow.
Yeah, quick.
And then you just say that's leave.
Yeah, Ryder just trots out, gives another little smile and a wave, and trots out, and waits for the others.
There you go. Just before the door closes, you just hear them both say to each other at the same time, "Weirdos."
Oh my
You know
god.
what? That's fair. That's totally fair.
So
But there is a full backstory behind them, but it's not the sort of thing they'll just tell you.
Yeah, you know what? The
Okay.
second I was like, "Hey, tell me about your weird brother over there," I was like, "That's not how it's gonna work out."
no.
Yeah. That is not a normal conversation.
Yeah.
So yeah, Ryder's got her little corncob pipe and her super sleuth detective hat on. She looks over to Baph and sort of says, "So they've been working with Iago for 6 years. They've had a good relationship. They took this job because it was an easy one.
Mm.
They seem just as concerned as we are. I think they are our least possible suspects."
That's true.
Okay.
I think if anything, it was only the incompetence on their part.
Yeah.
I mean,
And they've been working for 6 years.
Malbec's been there for 6 years. He didn't ask Jocasta, but I'll take for free. He's only been there for 2.
Oh God!
That's when he was made.
Run back and be like, wait, we didn't. When were you here, Captain?
You're friggin' welcome.
I thought we were interviewing both of them. Oh well.
Yeah, I got stuck with. Remember, I was like, this is awkward.
Yeah.
How do I get out? I don't want to talk to you, flesh bag. Sorry.
I'm kind of still getting into gears as well.
I'm sure we'll meet them again. They're not going to go anywhere.
But yeah,
I'm sure we'll meet them again and they won't die.
I am very concerned about this Holmst guy. They said that he has to be kept an eye on when he's around.
Yeah.
Then again,
Not
if-
because they're worried he'll nick stuff, but because they're worried he'll sabotage stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
but this is the thing.
keep-
If he is a known suspect, I think
they
the
keep an eye on
security
him in
team.
the business room.
I find it weird this dude would come out here and do the job himself, though. Like, these guys are pretty wealthy. Why would you come out
Yeah.
there to yourself to sabotage the place?
But also, he is a known threat to the security team. I doubt he would do anything suspect while he is under observation.
Assuming he knows.
I mean, to be fair, we haven't met the guy. We really don't know what his bang is.
No, but we've been told a lot of bad things about him
Yeah, by his enemy's camp.
by his enemies. Yeah, that is also true.
Didn't they offer to give us a tour?
Well, yeah, let's go and dump our stuff off in our
yeah,
respective rooms first.
Do you know where your rooms are?
Nope.
So should we just call up next door and be like, "Hey, tour us to our rooms, please"?
Fuck it, we're in charge here, let's pick one.
What?
No, we don't get to do that.
It's the surf quarters for you plebs.
I mean, if he wants to put us far away from the item, that's
Yeah,
up to him.
we just send Nestor a text and be like, "Can you send us a map location to our rooms?" You don't need to catch up with him.
No sooner have you sent the message than Bob appears.
Oh,
Bob!
Ryder hugs
What?
him.
Hello, Bob!
Hello? Are you looking for your rooms? I can show you.
yes, thank you.
Follow me. And then he slithers over to one of the elevators.
Look at his tail.
I love him
He
unconditionally.
doesn't press any of the buttons in the lift. Instead, he just plugs the end of his tail into a port below the buttons, and then it starts moving downwards.
Oh, that is
Amazing.
so cool. Baph, why can't you do that?
And I'm not a robot.
Anyway, swiftly the elevator drops down a couple of floors, and then with a ding, it brings you out in an entire crew wing.
You're a ding.
What?
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Just in that kind of mood today, apparently.
And with that, Bob slithers out and leads
Bye,
you
Bob.
down a corridor.
Why did you call Bob a ding? That's so mean.
No, I don't. What? I was talking to
No, you,
Ryder.
Bob, you looked right at Bob when you said it.
What?
yeah, but I was talking to Radar. Ryder, I'm Ryder.
So mean to Snack.
It's fine. You just have your little existential crisis over there, and you go and lie down for a bit.
Radar explodes out of existence, and a fresh Radar steps in from off screen. Hey guys, what I miss?
I think
Oh,
you
we're here.
exploded.
So Bob leads you down through the crew quarters and area. All of this area is yours to use at your discretion. There is a kitchen, games room, space for you to relax and to make any plans. And it brings you to 3 rooms next to each other, all facing outwards, so you get the nice view of terrace. You're quite a lot lower down, so you can't see over the wall surrounding the compound as much. There's still a nice sunset in the background. Is there anything else you need help with at this time?
Could we get a map, perhaps?
Oh, of course. Your data pad will serve as a map. And then, again, they just tap their tail against it, and it brings up the schematic of the building. Include all the security protocols for the building as well, which I'm sure you will need to provide your services.
Perfect.
Excellent, thank you.
Thank you very much, Bob.
You're welcome. When you are ready, I can show you the vault and all the surrounding areas that you might need to access.
Actually, could you show us on the map, please? We'd like to pre-plan, if you will.
All areas of the building can be accessed except the vault, which can only be entered with Nesta or Melbek Jocasta or Iago present.
Oh, interesting. Well, thank you very much, Bob.
How secure is the vault? Looking at it.
We can't see it.
You can see the entrance to the vault, but you can't see inside the vault.
Oh, so where's the entrance then?
There's a second private elevator. Once you're inside that elevator, it drops down probably another 10 or so stories into an underground bunker, and that's where his private collection is kept.
Does he have a schematic available for that?
There is not a schematic available because it's the most high security area. You have to...
Damn it.
I guess it makes sense. And they just say to take us down there to see it.
After you've visited it, he'll gauge how much...
We haven't actually seen this thing yet either. We've only seen a picture of it.
Is this something we get to see?
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, but like I said, you have to have Nesta or Iago or Malbek Jocasta present. Because
well, let's check out this map first. We want to establish this with the surroundings first, and then we'll go find Nesta and do our stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on the data pad, you have an entire 3D schematic for the building, the surrounding grounds, the hangar, the entrance to the bunker and the shaft, but not the layout of the bunker itself. It includes a complete rundown of all the air vents as well for the building because they thought ahead.
Excellent.
It also gives you the local time and sunset and sunrise times for both of the planet's suns. So you've got a complete schematic of the building. Would you like to see the artifact?
Yes,
Hey,
yes.
I think that'd be a
Yeah, I
good
think
start.
Oh, we've all got like separate rooms again, or what?
You've all got separate rooms this time.
All right, nice.
Oh, wow. Do I get my own room?
You get your own room. This is a large mansion.
Ooh.
Yeah, that doesn't mean shit.
Yeah, the crew quarters in total probably has about 20 spaces, of which Malbek and Jocasta have 2.
Oh wait, we're in the crew quarters.
Well, yeah.
Oh,
You are the help.
Ah,
We are the help. Baph,
Sorry,
I'm
Baffy.
oh.
I'll have to put the tablecloth away.
You're not in the fancy.
She left that behind. Actually, she's done with that.
Where?
In the wait, hang on. Where do we put it? We left in the puppy.
It's in the shitbox.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're not giving it back per se. You just...
It hasn't really come out. She will do otherwise. She's done with it now, so she'll give it back if it comes
I'm
back.
bored of this.
Yeah, she's bored of it now. Exactly.
My
But
pesky
that
life.
thread count. That feel between your fingers. The
Yeah, but she's seen that they've got
gold
lots of
embroidery.
them. It doesn't matter when they've got like hundreds of them; they can replace them at ease. It's not important or interesting if there's thousands of them.
I love the way that things' importance to Baph are based entirely on things' importance to other people.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting. She's only... How old is she, like, in years? Like, she's not very old, is she?
Like her actual like mental age, or her how long she existed.
How long she's existed, as she
The-
is.
Yeah.
I think we established that the crew have been together for like 5 years.
We've been together for 10.
10. Okay, so there. I guess you guys have been together longer. She's been with you guys for about 3 years, and she was in the Deep Space for 3 years then.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
If you would like to view the vault, you will need Nesta. Bob at this point has slithered off to do Bob stuff.
Bob!
We
Well,
probably should check it out. I mean, we can just dump all our stuff here.
Good
Well,
old
yeah, I
Bob.
mean, they've given us rooms, and the doors at least have locks on them, I'm guessing.
They do. They have key cards for each one.
Yay.
Which
Cool.
provided.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Once you get system admin privileges after you spend some more time with Jocasta and Malbek, then you might even be able to open each other's
Ooh.
Hmm.
Novel.
and everything else in the building.
All right. Yeah. Let's go. Let's call Nestor and Tim. Can meet us at the vault doors. Then I guess we know where they are.
Yep, you do. Very well. You get a reply from Nesta.
Yeah, we can also take notes on all the different ways in and all the different
Yeah. Let's take that
stuff.
tour.
Yeah.
Hi, Nestor. Yes, we'd love to take that tour. Once we're done, we'd like to also see the vault and what we're going to be guarding and such. If that's okay.
Excellent. That's quite all right. I'll meet you in the main lobby. Then you go down there, and yep, he's waiting there with Bob.
Wait, are there any? Wait, this is like a
It's
stately
a-
mansion. Is it like are there towns and shops? Can I buy stuff here?
Oh no, this is all one person's house. This is very big. Imagine Buckingham Palace, but of the future.
Okay.
And it's like a
Windsor
dam
Castle.
built into the side of a mountain.
Windsor Castle, but it's built into the side of the mountain, and there's no gift shop, and it hasn't burned down.
Ah,
What?
Damn it.
No
Yet.
fire? Boring.
So you meet Nestor down there. He's more than happy to show you around. So he takes you to... Well, you've already seen the crew's quarters. Iago's private residence, we won't be touring, that's his own sanctum. But the remainder of the building shows you to sort of like the spa. You've already seen the hangar as well, but it shows you to... It's basically just all the luxury amenities that a stately home has.
Tell me more about the spa.
Yeah, we're going to prize Baph away from the spa. I was waiting for that.
Yep.
No, Baph, we're on a job.
Highly recommended spa. But...
I'll check it out later. I don't know if she could. I know she's taking showers. Like she could use a spa.
Wait until we've been paid, Baph. Wait until we've been paid.
Yeah, come here for like a holiday or something.
Yeah.
But not now.
You can't come to my house for a holiday.
Well, ingratiate yourself with them. We're only going to do that by doing the job properly.
Ooh, good point.
Focus.
Okay,
Yeah,
focus on the spa. Got
No.
it. Do this job, get in the spa. Gotcha.
Yeah, better. Do that.
There you go.
Yeah. So he also shows you around the laboratory where they process the artifact. In amongst there's a whole series of other treasures in various stages of being cleaned and restored and processed.
Can we take a closer look? Like, what kind of things usually interest these guys?
Yeah, sure. So it's
Go on,
a mix of various different things. The main item that looks like it's being restored at the moment is a small flat disc.
With a hole in the centre?
With a whole
The Bee Gees. I don't understand.
Yeah, it's like
lovely mirror reflective on one side, and on the other side there's writing unfamiliar to anyone.
Wait, let me read it.
You can't make out any of the text on it. It's written in a...
No, it's written in Old Terran. I can understand this.
Oh, come on.
It says, now that's what I call Music 47.
They made 47 of them?
You should be an archaeologist.
And there's another one over there called AOL.
Well, how would they have AOL?
It's been used as a coaster.
Anyway, but beyond that, the other things scattered around, there's a vase which is being very delicately reassembled using fine gold inlay.
I say he's 10 feet away from the vase.
There you
Yeah,
go,
that's
Ryder.
right.
You're learning.
You're learning.
There's also weaponry. There's a very ancient and highly polished looking rifle of some kind. It looks like a very early generation of a laser rifle.
Oh, Ryder's going to have a closer look at that.
Yeah, Radar 2. It's going
Made
to
of-
gun.
Interestingly, it's not made out of plastic. It looks like someone cut a section out of a tree and hollowed that section of tree out into the shape of a gun, and then finally sanded and polished it. And it's a very fascinating piece of work.
Wait, are all the moving parts of it made of wood?
Oh, I'm so glad I brought you two here. Honestly, all this antiquity, and you want to look at guns.
It's an antique.
It's an antique gun. It's like the best of everyone's worlds.
Oh, guns do gun things all the time.
You literally have a gun.
Yes, but I don't like it. I do
I
quite
like
like
it.
it, actually. She
Yeah,
pulls it
you
out. I
like
do
it.
actually quite like it, actually. And waved it to the guards.
Whoa! You brought your gun with you? Put it away, Baph!
Whipping a firearm out.
I don't even like it!
It's iridescent. It's quite pleasant looking.
Yeah, to you maybe.
Yes, this is a fascinating piece of old technology. We think it's from at least 2,000 years ago by the design of it. We're still trying to determine the significance of the wooden elements to this gun, whether there's some discussion to be had on the balance of life enabling death, or
Maybe it was easier to carve. So you
Or
can-
maybe it's just easier to hold than bare metal and wood's cheap.
Yeah, but I mean, like, carve tribal runes into it so they can worship the god of death so that their gun has superpowers.
Oh, that'd be good.
That's an interpretation, certainly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Again, remember
like,
that magic
you could make it
items do
magic.
exist.
Yeah, you can make a magic laser rifle. Imagine that.
Lasers. Ooh.
Anyway, sorry, we got distracted, Nestor,
By the magic laser rifle.
by a magic laser rifle.
I spent
Call
hours-
this magic laser rifle thing anyway. Just so my friends don't calling it a silly name.
the name of it. We don't know. It hasn't been titled as an artistic piece yet. When the restoration is finished, we fully intend to frame it for display within the vault.
Well, I guess so. We know that he generally tends to collect things, antiquities, history stuff, not necessarily art pieces, but more like stuff that is from the old world.
Yeah,
It's
It
all of
looks like he
these-
collects things he finds.
All of these things are usable. They have some, or they had some usage at one point. It
Does
stands
it
to
still
reason.
work?
It stands to reason that the obelisk might have the same properties to it.
Well, yeah, it's a battery.
Yeah, there is actually like actual art in there as well. Like,
Oh, okay. There
there is.
there are
Oh,
just
okay,
there are just things that exist for the sake of existing,
there's
qualifying them as art.
yeah, holograms, there's three-dimensional sculptures. There's painted art as well.
Oh wow.
A wonderful ancient vista which depicts a beast rising from within the earth to devour the moon.
Oh,
Wow.
that's cool.
Huh.
I got time for that. Taking a photograph of that, getting that as a tattoo later. I'm doing it.
You know, actually, that's the point. Excuse me, Doctor. She points to the doctor with the tennis bat gun. Or are they doctors? Only doctors? What would it be?
Oh, the people restoring the stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's people. There.
Okay, so if you want a rundown of who's in the room, there's just you guys, Nesta, and then one of the researchers. Who's...
Of course, Nesta's still with us, right? Whoops.
Nesta is he's listening to your like philosophical discussion on the purpose of firearm wood furniture and things.
Nesta, when you found the obelisk, was there anything else with it? It looks like you picked a lot of things from all over.
Oh, it's fascinating, really. The obelisk was found. It was recovered from within a collapsed room of some kind that we can only imagine is a temple. The walls and ceiling were inscribed with symbols of some kind, inlaid with gold, that led to the central focus pillar upon which the obelisk was found. We can't surmise exactly what the purpose of it was, but they whatever society encountered or designed or built it clearly cherished it very highly.
Why would you line a room with gold? That's
Ryder.
Yes.
Gold is good for circuit boards and
Oh,
things
it's
like
conductive, isn't it? Do you reckon it's a battery?
It's a battery. I've been saying it for the past 3 hours.
We know it's a goddamn battery.
Yeah, but they don't.
No, it wouldn't make sense for them to know. Or actually, to be honest.
Yeah,
Maybe,
no, it
maybe,
makes sense.
yeah.
It makes sense for Radar because he's an engineer.
Radar just has no concept of art. It has to have names.
My thing, I'm imagining that you haven't been yelling it's a battery every time that it gets more up.
I'm about to start to.
Let's go see the vault.
You guys are assholes.
Bear in mind that from a scientific perspective, it emits nothing other than the light of the stars within it. There's
how we interface with that energy, we don't know, but it's clearly got a galaxy in it. It's a battery,
Might have something to do with the gold on the walls.
and the goal is to conduct that energy.
Maybe.
Let's go to the vault.
Anyway, yeah, let's go down to the vault.
It's like you literally got a power supply unit and a motherboard, and this is tech that I know, and I'm not even a fucking engineer.
But yes. Anyway, so you're pretty much done in the restoration laboratory.
Yes.
Yeah, we're fine.
Yeah. So
Everything in there is valuable. We saw definitely Chekhov's wooden gun.
Immense value, or is incredibly rare. I mean, the combined sum of the items in that collection is almost priceless. Think like he owns basically his own Louvre.
Okay, alright. Don't like this guy anymore.
Yeah. I didn't like him to begin with, but whatever.
Yeah.
The scientists are idiots.
Scientists are idiots, and he hides his wealth under the guise of being a philanthropist.
I don't think he's even hiding it. He told everyone he had the obelisk. I think
He flaunts it under the guise of being a philanthropist.
Matter of fact, he didn't tell everyone he had the obelisk. What he did is he told a select few, and then that used to sort of spread around the artistic high circle. So, whilst he could be asked and he could say, "Oh, I don't have anything like that," like it's well known amongst his cohorts that he doesn't have it.
Yeah. It is a well-known public knowledge.
Yeah. Okay. So Nesta brings you finally to the entrance to the vault, which is a large cylindrical elevator built into the far side of the buildings. So imagine you walk down a long corridor to get to it. There's clear CCTV to both sides. There's no visible air duct in this part of the building.
So the vault is an airtight room.
It's not airtight, but the way the air to access it isn't just via a vent to the side of the lift that leads down a shaft that takes you to the vault.
Okay.
Because that would be a stupid thing to design.
Yeah.
Nesta, what, if you might ask, what kind of general defenses do you have in the vault?
There's an entire range of defences. First of all, as I've walked down this corridor, my entire body, gait, and my voice have been scanned by the walls. These allow me to access the panel that controls the elevator.
And only you can do that?
Access to the elevator in the first instance is allowed only to myself, Iago, Those that Iago permits, in this case I vouch for all of you.
DM.
My data.
Real quick, can I use my datapad that I have to take a recording of his voice real quick? With a sleight of hand roll, maybe?
Yes, you can roll a sleight of hand.
Okay.
The only thing to bear in mind is that the datapad doesn't belong to you. Everything that it records is backed up to the home security network. So if you make a recording, it will be visible that a recording has been made to anyone that decides to look through what your datapad's been doing. So you can do it, but you need to be pretty stealthy about getting that information off the system, and you'd probably have to hack it to do it.
Because I'm thinking that if I can play a recording of Nestor's voice while I'm sneaking about, if we decide to do our test later, that might overcome that that security protocol.
Bear in mind, it didn't just record his voice.
Huh?
So basically, it's created a 3D image of him, his voice, and the way he walks, and compared it against its known library of people who are allowed to access the vault, and validated that it is Nestor, along with guests who he has personally validated for using his own datapad.
Okay, right.
All right, no, that's that takes the wind out of my sails a bit. With
I'll be honest, it might be useful anyway. Like if he's not going to know that you're recording him, you don't know.
Yeah. He won't know you're recording him unless he decided to check up on your personal datapad via the system later, which at the moment he has no reason to because he trusts you.
So maybe don't undermine that.
Yep, okay. No,
Yeah, maybe not.
I thought it was just a voice thing, but it's slightly more high-tech than I thought, which is good.
Not until we get like the all clear from Iago. Let's not start fucking around too much.
Okay.
So I'll put the dice away for now.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yep.
So, yeah, let's take a look inside this vault that we'll be defending.
Of course. And he presses the button. The large doors part, which lead into a circular elevator. Notably, the doors are pretty thick. They're a good half a meter of metal. And they lead into the circular lift. There's only 2 buttons on the lift and a port beneath. Again, Nest doesn't bother pressing any of the buttons. He just allows Bob to flick their tail across the port. And then with that, the doors close behind you and the lift suddenly drop. You get that feeling in your stomach as suddenly it rattles down what feels like miles of earth until you feel it slowly decelerate, and then with the doors on the other side open. And inside there is a cavern, glistening. Imagine the inside of a geode, only not coloured as such, but it's a massive crystalline cave-like structure. And within that, there are rows upon rows of glistening glass cabinets, some built into the walls, some freestanding from the floor, which line corridors almost as far back as you can see into the distance. And then each of them contains a treasure or a precious artifact or a work of art, carefully hermetically sealed inside.
Fancy.
Wow.
Yes.
It's quite a collection.
It is. Iago and I are incredibly proud of the humble collection we've built here together. He gestures out of the lift to you. Please.
Can I roll culture, see if I recognise any of these?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Cool. I get a +5 to culture, and I can't find my d20. 32 for the most useless roll I'm gonna make all day.
Yeah, he's got the good shit. It's like you would recognise some of these pieces of work are incredibly well known. He's got like the Space Mona Lisa.
Oh wow.
The Space Mona Lisa.
Yeah, it's the M0N4 L158, one of the first sentient androids.
Cool.
Sorry, can I just say that I just realised if we set up the minigun in here and someone tries to steal this, we're going to blow the shit out of all this fine art.
Yeah, which is why we're not setting the minigun up in here.
The corridor stretches almost as far as you can see, but about halfway to the far wall, there's a large circular area which is completely free of any other structures except for the obelisk. It's raised up on a plain but finely built pedestal, not wanting to detract from the beauty of the artwork itself. And then sitting atop that is the obelisk. I mean, in person it's only half a metre tall by tens of centimetres wide and long. What's remarkable though about it
It's got pride of
is
place
that
in the vault.
its dimensions are almost impossible to discern from looking at it. You can only see the edge of it. Within it is an incredibly detailed galaxy, but whatever direction you're looking at the obelisk from, your perspective against the galaxy trapped inside it never changes. It is always facing you in the same direction.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's got an environment map on it.
Yeah, it's...
That's how I'd describe it.
It's more like you're looking from a camera and this is a TV screen. So the camera's the viewpoint, but the...
Like that, except the TV screen is always facing you.
Yeah, and the TV screen follows you around.
Don't ask me what more than one person see when they look at it from different angles, because
Well,
I
they see
don't
different
know.
things, presumably.
I imagine everyone sees the same thing. It's just it's the same thing no matter where you're stood.
Yeah, but its
Yeah.
its shape is indeterminable, so that you wouldn't see all of the picture.
Yeah.
But you can see the galaxy.
You can
Yeah,
see the
but
galaxy,
the
but no
edges
matter
of
what
it.
angle you look at it at, you can only see the same part of the galaxy, and it's always facing you.
It's a image. It's a flat 2D
Yeah.
image. It
Yeah,
just
as
follows
long as
you around.
it's
So how high is it up off the ground?
It's raised about probably desk height. So what's that? About maybe a meter and a bit. It's
Meter
clearly
and
been
a bit.
designed for viewing. It is apparently completely unprotected though. It doesn't have its own glass around.
Oh, so Ryder can just like climb up the side of the pedestal and tap it with her claw if she wanted to.
You can try it. Are you going to try that?
Radar's gonna touch it.
just before we do anything else, Nesta, do you mind? We're just going to check something. Don't be alarmed.
You can look at
Hang
it.
on,
Of course, you won't be able to touch it.
Hang on. I'm gonna touch the thing.
Are you going to try and touch the thing?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Wait.
try and touch the thing. With
do
your
it
robot
after.
hand.
Are you going to tell Nesta first, or?
Well, we did say, yeah, we're going to check something.
Oh, Radar's sort of like gone up to it and is like really close to it and is just sort of slowly moving a finger towards it at this point.
Okay, so we
As
told
you
him and then realised touched it.
Yeah.
In a split second, a glass case slams up from the floor, completely surround it.
There we go.
Oh, okay, alright.
Not permitted.
Found what I was looking for.
Nesta just like smiles slightly. Of course, whilst Iago and I appreciate that a glass enclosure around the obelisk does detract a lot from its beauty, it was still necessary to maintain some level of security around it. So, whilst it can be viewed, it is quite impossible to touch it. There's motion sensors completely surrounding the obelisk.
How thick is this glass?
It appears to be glass. You can't actually tell from looking at it.
It's probably going to be some sort of polycomposite alloy.
Impact perspex, probably.
Yeah.
And it goes all the way from the bottom right to the ceiling.
Yeah, it's completely surrounded from top to bottom. And
Does an alarm go off or anything when this happens?
No, Nesta saw Radar reaching out to it, and he's already.
But it would do normally, though.
Normally, an alarm would be set off.
Okay.
Says Nesta.
Okay.
And then he's going to tap on his datapad again, and then the thing slowly retracts back down to the ground,
Credentials recognized. Nestor, Bert, Albion.
and you can see the full beauty of it again.
That's cool, but can I actually touch it?
It's a priceless work of art.
I wouldn't recommend touching it, Radar. You don't know what it is.
You'll get fingerprints.
Know exactly what it is.
No, you don't.
I suppose if
Yes,
you
I
must touch it, and he taps on his datapad again,
Thank
and
you.
then very gently reaches out
Just
and
touch
lifts
it. Nothing's happened. Oh, okay, that's it. Thank God.
the obelisk from the pedestal and hands it to Radar.
I'm gonna hold this perfect galaxy in my hands.
It's completely weightless.
This... Wow. Okay, so it's weightless. Does it have like a firm edge to it?
It does. You can feel edges on it, but
Can you like chuck it up in the air?
I am not throwing
you
this.
can, I mean, you can try because some cool
Ooh.
mechanics happen. But
Okay, sure. I gently...
Oh, God!
Oh my god!
I gently throw it in my hand.
as you release it from your hand, it just slowly drifts to a stop
Okay.
because it's in zero gravity, and then just hovers.
Whoa!
Whoa, this shit is trippy.
Like I said, there's some really remarkable properties to this piece of work.
Yeah, so it's hovering.
Ryder reaches up and
We,
plucks it out of the air and looks into it.
as soon as you grab it to move it, you can feel it. It's completely weightless, but no matter what you do, if you were to let go of it, it will just quickly drift to a stop and then just stay where it is.
Baffy, come and look at this.
Relative to the planet. I'm going to be the other side of it. Can Ryder see me through it?
Yeah, I'm gonna hold it up like a lens and try and look at Radar through it.
Nope, you cannot see through it. All you
Yeah.
can see is the galaxy inside it, and again, it's always facing you.
It's also interesting that it's floating, but it's locked to this planet, not space.
Might have some sort of 0-point energy to it.
The other thing about it is you can't perceive any temperature difference when you touch it, so it doesn't feel warm or cold.
It's just neutral, completely neutral, suspended in space.
Yep.
But Baffy, look how purple it is.
There is no.
Yeah, so if you can get some sort of psychic presence from it.
Yeah, it's like anything non-sciencey out of this. I'll roll for it.
If it is a small galaxy, you think about how many people are living in there.
Yeah.
Well, I got 23, so.
Okay, well, it was more than that, sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, it's emitting no psychic energy whatsoever, as far as you can tell. Or mystic energy.
No, it's very pretty.
It's very pretty.
I don't know. I don't trust things that float around the air when they shouldn't. But otherwise, yes, it's.
Well, like it does, you trust that.
Well, I know how it should float in the air, though. I don't know how this should.
Do you? You're not an engineer.
I listen to you talk incessantly every day.
Then you know this is a battery.
So I don't know what this is, but you can have it. Thank you.
Looks like a galaxy to me, Radar.
Yeah, it's like a galaxy.
A big marble or something.
Thereby, it's a battery.
Anyway.
Nesta very gently takes the obelisk back from you. He procures from one of his pockets a polishing cloth and gently wipes it down.
Wipes the otter and coyote grease off of it.
It's like covered in spit and oil. He's like,
Yeah.
it's fine.
And then very gently places it back on the column, and he has to push down it slightly to make sure it doesn't sort of hover above the column.
So, that datapad, does anyone else have access to that datapad? Because you deactivated the security just with that in a matter of seconds.
These are my personal engineering tools. I'm the only person that can access or use any of these. In the same way that I'm the only person that can control Bob, of course.
But nobody else has access to the
Not even
software that
Iago?
can turn off the...
The only people with datapads similar to mine are Iago, Malbec, and Jocasta. The credentials for anyone else have to be personally validated by myself or one of them before access is granted.
So in theory, you could grant access to somebody. They could make it through that hallway and then come into here because you allowed them to.
Only with myself present, or Iago, or Malbec, or Jocasta.
Oh, okay.
No unauthorized. Since you asked about the air for this vault as well, allow me to show you the garden.
There's
And
a
then we
garden.
there's a small spiral staircase in one corner which leads down to a lower level of the vault. What looks like a small garden. So there's like 20 or so trees growing. There's a lawn with grass. There's a small creek running through it. All the oxygen for this section of the building is provided by plants in this section of the room. That way you limit the need for any kind of ventilation in or out.
That's great.
Without that.
That's very cool. That's very cool.
Ryder is still going to inspect the garden because plants are going to need irrigation.
There is a water source that runs. It appears from the ground itself. The garden itself is completely self-sustaining. The water supply for it is tapped into via an underground reservoir. Beyond that, it is more or less self-regulating. Every so often I come down and mow the grass and prune the trees, but beyond that, it's an elegant solution for a refined collection.
It's very nice. I'm just trying to keep an eye out for outside sources, ways people can get in other than that elevator.
No. The vault was very deliberately designed to only allow access via that elevator.
Ryder's going to inspect the water pumps facilities for fueling this garden.
You have to dive into the pond to do that.
Okay, I'll dive into the pond. Be right back a sec, guys.
Okay.
Oh, every puddle we find.
I can just show that well, that's fine.
I mean, the pond itself is probably like 10 or so meters deep at its deepest point. There's some koi fish in there and a school of other smaller fish.
Ryder licks her lips, but then decides against it.
There have to be a whole ecosystem contained within this one room.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
then
who tends to this room?
Nesta does.
Okay.
This entire vault is his baby.
Okay. Oh, so he built this.
He didn't build it, but he introduced elements like the only way in and out being the lift. All the other ways have been sealed. So basically, this is a natural cavern, but it's refined.
So there's no pumping in water from the outside on the surface?
There is a regulation system, so if you go to the very bottom, you can see there is probably about a 3-inch pipe with a grate across it, and beneath that there is a pump which is regulating the flow of natural spring water into the cavern.
Okay, so I'm not going to be able to fit down there.
It's to prevent it from flooding or from running dry, basically.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
only thing we're going to get through there is those siphonophore folk we met.
Uh-oh. Okay, so yeah, Ryder swims back up to the top and pops out and shakes the sod dry like a dog. Takes one of the koi carp out of her pocket and plops it back in and pats it and says, okay, doesn't look like there's any way in down there like I was suspecting there would be. Looks like the only way in is that elevator.
I feel like you just wanted to swim.
That too. I have been missing it.
Yeah, you did jump right in there. We didn't really have much chance to stop you or anything.
Last trip to the water park didn't exactly.
Just straight into that water.
I'm not gonna lie, I've been missing it.
Would you like a towel?
No, I'm good. I'm good. I've got thick fur. It'll dry naturally.
This is poofy Ryder.
Ryder with like sodding wet clothes.
Just slick. Off
Again, could have held your clothes for you. Don't know why you stuffed them with clothes. It's fine. Like, it's not anything to blow any wind.
What's wrong with you guys?
How long have you got?
Don't answer that.
Alright, so
like to see while you're here?
weaponry. Is there any kind of weaponry in the vault?
Oh, of course. None of it for use. These are only ornamental and decorative items, but I can show you to the weapons wing.
Oh, I meant more like anything like stealing mounted Gatling guns or something.
Security.
Yeah, laser grid, sentry guns, that sort of thing.
In the event that unauthorized access were to be detected and someone were to somehow make their way down the elevator, yes, there is a series of laser grids which will seal off the vault. The idea being to trap whoever has breached security in place, that they can be retrieved and questioned.
Seems fair.
Yeah, seems legit to me.
Yeah.
I mean, the idea would be that if someone were to somehow breach security, we wouldn't want them dead, but they would be detained in such a way that they would not be able to make it any further, and certainly not be able to touch or remove any of the incredibly valuable works of art maintained.
Of course.
Well, I think that's pretty much all we need to see for the moment. Thank you. That's been very helpful.
Yeah, thanks, Master.
I'm glad you enjoyed the tour.
Quite.
Thank you, Bob.
And if there are any suggestions,
Hang on.
Yep.
What are the walls made of?
they're made of crystal, it looks like.
I'm gonna go and tap the walls. What the hell? Crystal?
There's a very solid resistance.
You say it's about 3 to 6 feet of reinforced steel around this room.
So the door is made of thick steel to the elevator. When the door opens, you're basically... Have you ever seen a geode?
Yes.
Yeah.
If you imagine one of them, but it's big enough for you to stand inside, and it's probably...
Oh, why didn't you say so? Baph is super into it now.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
the walls.
Yeah. I didn't realize it was like a geode.
just ignoring
yeah.
the artwork and just looking
Yeah,
at the wall.
she stops questioning Nestor and goes, 1 second. Just ignores Ryder being wet and just goes and checks out the wall.
Hey, Baph, check out this geode.
No, she's well into it.
Purple.
In fact, you know what? How Radar tapped it earlier. Like, how tough is this? Like, what could this hold up against in theory? I feel like we need to go and check outside and other places. Outer crystalline structure, I think this is. This seems like, and I have to just do some shopping real quick.
Oh, I see. I see, Baph. Ryder's going to sort of put her ear against the floor and tap on it and try and gauge how thick it is and what it's made of.
Yeah, like, could you blow through this in theory, like with dynamite?
Anyone it's been carved out and polished flat, but
I mean, it's a crystalline structure, isn't it?
yeah.
Well, the walls are, but what about the floor?
Concentrated sound could rupture this, but I don't know how thick and what kind of projector you need.
But, I mean, beneath you is the planet. There's no structure or anything like that.
That we know of.
Yeah, the only section where there's anything beneath you is the garden area, because the garden is built on a level beneath the main gallery.
I kind of want to set a sentry gun up in that garden now.
You could set it up in the garden, but it wouldn't have reach. The only place it would be able to cover is the garden itself, because the garden is on a lower level.
It seems like that has the most security breach potential out of all of this.
The elevator leads out into the gallery. If you were to walk into the gallery, you see all the artwork, and then to one side there is a separate staircase which only leads from the gallery to the garden, which is directly below it, and you can see pretty much through the floor into the gallery from the garden, and vice versa, because it's crystalline.
But in some way, if you can tunnel in to the.
Yeah, if you got into the garden,
If you could
get
tunnel into the
it
garden, then potentially you could get as far as getting up the stairs, and then you'd be detected by either the cameras which are littered around the building,
okay.
or
Hmm.
the motion detection sensors or the heat sensors.
Assuming you were corporeal.
Assuming you were corporeal in some way, of course. Yeah, the other thing is this, like, the crystalline structure is nothing special. That most of the surface of this part of the planet of Query is a giant geode that's been brought up to surface level from the deep core.
So this is all over the place.
It looks very pretty, but you'll find it pretty much everywhere.
Everywhere.
I mean, the only reason that the outside cliff that it's built into doesn't look like that is just because it's been eroded and covered in sort of dirt and topsoil and trees.
The second Nessa tells her that it you can find it everywhere, she loses complete interest.
Yeah, as you can agree, it's a beautiful collection, well worth preserving and protecting. Which is
Absolutely.
why I expect that you'll do a stellar job during the time that this threat exists.
Well, we'll do our best, but I hope you understand that we need to ask a lot of questions to make sure we can get this place as secure as possible.
Perfectly all right.
Nesta, just real quick, I did want to ask earlier, but it seemed a bit rude, so I definitely didn't say anything to anyone. But your security detail you mentioned, the twins?
Oh, Malbec and Jocasta, yes.
Yes. What's their deal? What's going on there? Are they dating?
Oh,
I'd ask them myself. It's just I think they're very busy.
My God.
Wow.
Jesus, Baph.
quite a tragic tale, really.
Oh, Jesus!
Oh.
I
I'm just going to look over the radar and do the. Ooh.
I don't want to ask these guys. Hey, what happened to your tragic tale? I'll ask this dude instead.
Baffy, abort.
I mean,
Why?
I suppose, whilst they maintain it as quite a private thing, I don't suppose they'd have any issue with me telling you.
It's just that we want to know as much as we can about the stuff. You understand?
Well, Malbec used to have a human brother back quite a long time ago, until I understand that Malbec's brother died, and around the time that his brother died, Jocasta, the new android, appeared. Completely similar in appearance to his brother himself. I've not asked any of the details as to it, but I was more than happy to employ the android. They were incredibly well qualified. They seemed to already know a great deal about maintaining the security detail around this building, so I was quite happy to allow them to maintain employment here.
Did he die on the job or anything?
Oh no, they've never told me the details. I understand there was an accident of some kind, but Malbec himself was almost inconsolable with grief. We allowed him a month of leave just to...
a whole month. Wow. I mean, his brother died, and you give him a month off. That's...
Wow.
I mean, I'm sorry. I feel like maybe a little bit more time. I mean, it's not like you couldn't afford it. The guy's brother died.
It's happened, Baph.
Ice cold.
No, well, she's not talking to Jocasta or Malbec. She's talking to Nesta about how he handled Malbec's grief.
Yeah.
This isn't the time for bedside man. It's time for I thought you guys would look up a bit more than that.
We allowed him what he needed. Beyond that, he was... it seemed like he was ready to return to work. He at least intimated to us that he was intending to resume position duties alongside Jocasta, his
He may have wanted just to get back to work to take his mind off things, Baph.
Yeah, I do understand that. That is a thing. All right, well, thank you for mentioning it. Of course, we won't mention that you told us. We understand it's private. We just want to know, to be sure of everyone that's going to be working with us.
Yes, like I said, Jocasta seems well qualified and suited for the position. Almost like he'd been doing it his entire life, really.
Right. That's not ominous at all. Thank you for that, Elizabeth.
Nice.
Appreciate it. I guess we should get some more details of the vault while we're about, right?
Of course.
Are we still? Oh, no, this is out of character. But are
Okay.
we still going to go through with plan in infiltrate the vault, or?
I'm not sure now. I want to have a word with Jocasta. You've raised some suspicions, Baph.
Yes. Like how he murdered his brother and put his brain in a robot.
You immediately to know.
I'm not saying he bumped him off or anything, but he bumped him off.
Ryder,
What?
stop.
No, I'm out of character.
Oh, right, okay.
That was meta.
Okay.
I do apologize. I'll roll back.
Please explain so.
Yeah, sorry, I should have said something. My bad.
Because it's
right.
getting very hard to tell.
Because you don't do a voice, it's hard to tell sometimes. So, we're here anyway. Should we just do a quick, do you feel like we've got everything we need to if we're going to go through this plan?
Yeah, I'm wondering if we should actually tell Nesta that we're doing the the security.
No, the more people know, the less likely we can get a good job of it.
Yeah.
Well, the
It's
idea
not
is
best,
that we
everyone knows.
the idea is that we dupe his security team, not him. If he knows about it, he can put a stop to it.
Well, that's true.
It's up to you.
Are we meta?
Yeah, we're meta.
Assuming you're still meta rather than you just openly discussing breaking into the vault.
Yeah,
in front of him, yeah.
in this big echoey cave. Yeah.
Okay,
Me
how about
like
this? How about we go to Iago first? Otherwise, there's no point talking to Nessa at all, which can make
Yeah,
us suspicious.
Iago may just say no. So yeah, I think we should do that first.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else?
We
you'd
can
like?
just call him. We don't need to go see him.
Well, I mean, we're still in the run with Nestor and Bob.
And Bob.
Bob.
Bob's just curled up, he's idling.
Ryder goes up to him and pats Bob.
Oh, he makes happy eyes.
So yeah, let's do a quick surveillance of this place. What is the geode made of? Is it made of quartz, like a normal geode, or something else?
It's a crystalline material. It appears to be incredibly dense. It's translucent. Lightly coloured with a sort of purple reddish hue.
And you say the entire planet's crust is made of this stuff?
Not the entire planet, just this section of it at the surface.
After the topsoil. Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anywhere anywhere that looks like good hiding places in this the hall where of the vault?
There's nowhere enclosed or protected. The cameras have been designed to clearly get a 360-degree sweep of the entire area. It's been designed so there's nowhere where someone could skulk.
Should we ask to talk to Holmes?
Well, they're not here yet.
Yeah, he wouldn't be. Nobody within Iago's household will be in charge of that because Holtz is his own entity.
That's what I'm saying. Should we ask if we can go can we go see him? Can we get a cab to his place? Just have a quick word.
To get a cab to his place, but like rocking up outside Bill Gates' house and like, hello.
Well, yeah, look. We'll have. No, we can't tell them. Oh, we're worrying about something stolen. That's not right there.
I don't think we're going to get to interview Holmes because
Yeah.
that's just not going to happen. That's not how this works.
They are a known suspect, though, so I think the initial security team will be able to deal with that.
You know what? No, I was gonna say, what if we check out Hertz because they own an art gallery? We could just go there.
You could literally just rock up there and buy a ticket and get in. It is 120 credits each day.
Oh, we spent a lot of money gearing up for this.
I'm not spending 120 credits to go to an art gallery.
I mean, it is a very nice art gallery. It's more of a classical style than.
This is a better art gallery. It has stuff that works in it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
the guns in this gallery do still work, but they're just all preserved behind glass screens.
I'm easy, guys. What do you want to do?
I mean, there's a lot of technological defenses going on here. Baffy, is there any kind of psychic defense in here?
Oh, good idea. We could just ask.
Yeah. So,
There you go.
you ask. Go on. You know what you're talking about. I don't.
Listen, as Ryder just mentioned, there's a lot of technological defense in here. But what about anything? I know that magic is rare, but it's still a thing. Do you have any kind of magical defenses here?
I have to admit, it's not something we've actively considered, really. We've never had to really think about threats beyond the physical.
That could pose a problem.
I imagine that even a magical construct would still need to manifest themselves within the vault in order to do anything, so...
What about someone just using magic?
Yeah, but to do what?
In what way, how do you mean?
I don't know. I look at way too many witchwobber spells to answer that question.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Mind control, for instance.
Fascinating.
Say somebody hacked into your mind, and this is just hypothetical, someone hacks into your mind, they have access to all of your thoughts, all of the security details, and they can just puppet you to come down here and put some magic woo portal there that they can just pop the obelisk through and it's never seen again. That's the nightmare scenario I've got in my mind, and I want to stop that from happening.
I suppose technically someone could... Well, were they able to compel myself or Iago to allow them access to the vault, they'd still be picked up by the security detail who monitor the camera for you 24/7.
Yeah, but it's you. They'll just see you.
Oh, hold on. I've got my mind circlers.
Yeah, aren't they for us?
Those are for us, though.
Well, I mean, yeah, they're for us. Yeah, but I mean, he can buy one.
If we put those on, we'll be immune to whatever effects are happening to the security detail, so we'll be able
Yeah,
to
but
stop them.
We're also immune to Baffy.
And Baffy.
Do you have them?
Yeah, I bought 2.
Okay, who's wearing them right now?
No one.
No
I just bought left in the room.
Oh, Nest is going to make a note of that.
In theory, you could get Nesta with Jocasta and Malbec and give them circles.
Good.
Although I don't know about Jocasta.
Well, not yet. We need to interview them.
Yeah. Oh, you know, I'll let you handle that one. It's I'm tired.
No, I understand, Baph. Okay, Ryder is going to psychically talk to Baffy and say, I'm happy with the setup. I don't think there's any way I could get inside.
I don't see anyone else much stuff either. In her mind as well. I guess we can just go. I mean, you sure we don't want to try and don't try?
No, I'm happy with this. There's no way I could see that I can steal this thing with my operative abilities.
Hang on, who hired us?
The insurance company.
No, technically, the insurance company mandated that someone be hired and that they be made aware of it. You were chosen based on
Nesta hired us.
Nesta looking around to see people that have made like pretty impressive things lately, and choosing you guys because you're affordable and you fit the bill.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where were we even advertising? V's got a lot of questions.
We had this conversation last time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not so much advertising, but you're making a name for yourselves. Like you
Yeah,
said.
we live on a lawless space station. We own the bar, which we blew everyone out of.
We had a colony on a planet named after us.
Yeah, we're known by now at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
As much as it pains V, you have a reputation.
V tries to kill everyone who goes, "Wow, the crew are like a 7."
you know too much.
And you were the last known life forms on planet Lysander as well. Probably left some DNA there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, plenty. Some trail of pee.
Ugh.
So yeah,
We gotta up our rates. I feel
not done anything
like we
like
should really put our
recently.
rates up on this.
no, you've been fairly compensated.
Yeah, we have.
No, but you said affordable. That sounds cheap.
But then we asked for more money, remember?
I am a luxury few can afford.
That's why I got us more pay, but
And Yargo can afford you.
You're a liability few can afford.
ooh,
Yeah. Sorry.
also a report for table 1.
No, Baph just laughs.
I kill you later.
There'd be only one.
And then Nesta's like, I don't mean to intrude, but I do have other appointments today.
Oh, right, Nesta, you are also here as well. Whoops.
yes,
Nesta can't leave until you
That's a very good point. Let's stay here.
activating laser array.
Bob asked as we go.
Bob asks you.
Does he? What does he say?
Nesta has other appointments today. As you can appreciate, he is required to maintain a presence in the vault while you're here to prevent any security systems being activated.
Oh, of course, Bob.
Thank you, much appreciated.
Baph says to her, this is the most polite he's said to anyone. Alright, so let's get back up in this elevator then.
Yeah, back up to the top.
And you want to go talk to Jocasta again? Or at least people on back want to talk to Jocasta.
No, she doesn't.
I'll go talk to
Like,
her.
it was so awkward. Like, she's never had a conversation like that before. She was like, what happened?
That's most of my conversations.
Yeah.
You did have like the best brain fart. Why are you a robot?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like, halfway through, she was like,
Why?
this is bad.
Tell me your secrets.
But we do know that they don't consider each other brothers. He's only been around this a while.
Yeah, I can just do a quick recap. Malbec used to have a brother. You didn't get their brother's name. One day there was an accident, as far as Nesta is aware, and Malbec's brother was killed. Malbec was allowed time to grieve suitably, and when Malbec returned, he brought with him Jocasta to fill his brother's old position. Nesta assessed Jocasta, found them highly competent and suitable for the role, and employed them.
Plot twist, it's going to be the dead brother who's actually alive steals the artifact.
So we get back upstairs in the lift.
Yeah.
I'll let you guys handle talking to Jocasta and Malbec.
Nesta and Bob have gone off to do work.
Ryder waves bye-bye to Bob.
Me too.
And Nesta.
Bob fixed their tail.
Yeah. Okay. Ryder is going to make her way back to Malbec and Jocasta's room.
Jocasta's room is empty. Malbec is in their room, if you're knocking the door.
Okay. Yeah, I'll tap on Malbec's room. Hello?
Hello?
Hello. Is Jocasta in there?
Oh no, Jacasta's on duty at the moment. I'm just I'm at rest.
Oh, that's fine. Sorry to bother you. Do you know where Jocasta is?
Oh yeah, they're up on the security deck.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah. At this point, it's like late evening, so the sun has fully set. The other sun is almost entirely set.
Okay, Ryder's going to trot up to the security deck and have a look at the security systems.
As you're going up, for a second, there's like a flickering of the lights, just like a gentle.
Did you see the lights flicker just then?
Did I? DM?
Roll perception.
Okay. 16 on the dice, so...
Yeah, go for it. If you were standing by a light switch and you were to go and flick it on and off really quickly.
Yeah, is that a symptom of like a power surge?
I think so. I'm not an engineer, but yeah.
I am. Make an engineer roll on that.
Yeah.
Engineering roll.
Oh, it's 8 on the dice, plus 15. 23.
You tell me, Coyote.
Yep, that sort of thing would be symptomatic of a power surge.
Well, Rudderbutt, that's your good old-fashioned, centuries-old power surge.
That's a problem, seeing as a lot of the defense systems are electric.
Yes, what powers this base?
I don't know. You're the
Yeah,
engineer.
we wouldn't know.
Oh, now I'm the engineer.
Ask
Okay.
Jocasta, they're right in front of us.
You've always been the engineer.
Yeah, at this point you're up at the security deck.
Okay. Yeah, when V's
Right.
not around, you've always been the engineer.
Yes. Via'd know it was a battery.
Well, if we have to do this, Jocasta's there, right?
I miss
Right.
V.
They don't seem to have reacted to the
Oh,
power surge.
so yeah, have they reacted to the light flickering at all?
Yeah. Enjoy your tour around the vault then. It's some pretty
Did you-
nice places down there.
Did you not see the lights flicker?
Oh, that. Oh, yeah. No, don't worry too much about that. That happens every night around this time. The main power source for this building is a solar array that beams electricity down from one of the two suns. But around about this time of the night, it drops below the horizon and the building switches to internal batteries until the satellites are back in view again. So I won't worry about it too much. It happens.
What is your standby in case the solar array fails? Because I'm guessing the night batteries have to charge during the day.
I mean, the batteries themselves could power the building for probably a week on their own if they wanted to, but we keep them topped up with the solar array. The Argo was very insistent this entire place be self-sufficient. Water supply piped down from the lower depths of the planet, so electricity beamed down from his own private satellite array.
He has a private satellite array.
Of course he
Yeah.
does, Radar. He's got a galaxy in a box. Of course he's got his own satellites.
Yeah, a lot of the food and meat supplied to this place is locally grown as well. Like I said, the guy's big on self-sufficiency. He doesn't like to have to rely on outside influences.
Yeah, I can respect that. But this power surge, it only lasted less than a second. What controls it? Is this system all automated?
Oh yeah, there's a central core processing system that sort of runs the engineering aspects of the house. Myself, Jocasta, and any other part of the security team can override and control aspects, and most of the time we let the automation deal with it.
Interesting. Okay.
Are we not going to ask you about like being here for 2 years?
I mean, we can.
You can.
So,
Go on, Ryder.
Chester, how long have you been doing this job? Because we spoke to Malbec earlier. He'd been doing it for 6, but
Oh, me? What? Probably maybe about 2 years at this point. It's
alrighty. What did you do before then?
well, nothing really. I only came into existence a few years ago.
Oh, so where did you get all of the memories and data to do this job then?
I
Because I imagine it would be an experience-based thing.
just always knew it. Don't really know how I know. It just felt natural to me.
Okay. It's just something I've had an interest in for a while. Robotics, androids, that sort of thing.
Cyborgs.
What's your earliest memory, Jocasta?
Oh,
If you don't mind me asking, I know it's personal.
waking up for the first time. I was in a room. I remember I was hooked up to machines, but there's a blinding light surrounding me, and then I was just aware that I was alone in this room. And then I met Malbec for the first time. He came into the room. He seemed so concerned about me. It was weird. Like I'd never met him before, but he was really interested in making sure that I was all right. And
Malbec
after
was
that,
there when you were born.
yeah, he's never told me why he was there, but I've never really had cause to question it.
I know how you feel. I know what you mean.
And then beyond that, I found myself looking for work, and he introduced me to Iago, vouched for me. I went through an interviewing process. They vetted me. They looked into every aspect of my life and decided that they're happy with me working here. For the best, really, because it's not much to do, and it's a nice excuse to kick around some fine art and nice stuff.
It's more an appreciation for the finer things in life, right?
So out of character, like, this is making Baph very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
She's like, they're doing a job, and like this seems a bit weird, but okay. So she's like, okay, well, I don't know if you're aware, but you look a lot like Malbec. Are you? Is it like a father-son thing, or like a brotherly thing? He did have a brother, I believe.
Yeah, he doesn't like talking about his brother. They died like before I even existed. They used to race speeders, and there was a crash. I know that Malbec got away with only minor injuries, but his brother, he was inconsolable, I'm told. But
That's
okay, well,
unfortunate.
should we talk to Malbec now? This seems like such an awkward conversation to have.
This seems like such a back and forth.
simply ask someone about their dead brother.
Yeah.
So your dead brother?
Then again,
For once, Radar's entirely blunt and like terrible bit about manner could be useful.
I am not. Sorry, Radar is not having a conversation.
We started off as like security officers, but then we just turned into detectives in the middle of the campaign.
I mean, there is an amount of detection to be done. You are protecting something, so it's diligent to sort of flesh out threats.
Yeah.
And I mean, this seems like the smart thing to do. Get to know where he's up to, what everyone's deal is.
On the other hand, if you walk into his room and be like, "So your dead brother," he's probably going to lamp you.
Yeah.
Probably gonna
Plus, we
clam
did
up,
get a
yeah.
great start.
Radar is the best one for that, to be lamped.
That's what, yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Get in there, ask him.
Depends which side he goes for.
I mean, you could kill Radar, he'll probably just get better.
Actually, hang on. Let's ask. Jocasta, if we wanted to tactfully ask Malbec about this, just so we know more about the team we're working with, how would the tactful way to be asking about his brother's death? And
Oh, I don't know.
is he does he not like to talk about that kind of thing at all, or could we
Doesn't like
coax
talking
around?
But I mean, there's some newsreel about the incident. I'm pretty sure I could dig it out of the archives if you're really that curious. But don't know how it helps you guys. Then he's gonna.
That's fine. We're just trying to cover all the bases.
He just taps on his datapad and then taps his datapad against yours quickly, and there's some new files. It's just some news articles from the incident.
Oh, okay, nice.
Ryder's going to do a quick read through of them.
Yeah, so you've got one news article that describes the accidental death of someone out on the plane during a speed race. The other one contains some footage. There's a large solar sailor that's hurtling across a flat plane when all of a sudden one of the engines pitters out and dies, and the entire thing crumples into the ground.
Holy
Oh,
shit,
man.
someone filmed it?
Wow.
Well, yeah, why wouldn't these things be filmed?
You see a single body flung from the wreckage as it tumbles, and then the footage cuts.
I really want to find out. Like, it seems like Malbec commissioned Jocasta or something.
Yeah.
Certainly had it made to spec.
Yeah, but I mean,
But it feels
let's
like
let's spend some time like setting up our defenses.
Yeah, it does feel like there was some element of psychological damage involved in the creation of Jocasta.
Yeah.
Where do you want to put your minigun? Which is a thing.
I reckon in the elevator. Be a nasty
Yeah.
surprise for anyone trying to use it.
In the corner, in the roof.
You can put it in the elevator directly, but you'll need Nestor again to bring the elevator up.
Oh God.
Let's put it at the entrance to the elevator.
And how are you going to program it?
That's the point. What kind of target is it looking for?
If you put a gun in the entranceway that shoots anyone that walks past,
That's bad news, yeah.
Bear in mind, he has like a waiting staff, an engineering team, a laboratory team.
It's busy. We get it.
Bob.
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 Is it worth like talking to the other members of the crew? I guess if only those four can enter it, they're the ones who have to be. They're the ones who have to be either trying to get it or be in danger of someone trying to get it.
They are the ones who'd have to be compromised in order to access the obelisk.
I mean, we can if Jocasta and Malbec have to guard Iago anyway, we can just like stay with them And
Yeah,
then
I'm actually more concerned about Iago getting kidnapped and all of this and forcing
Yeah.
our hand. So where is Iago at this point?
Iago is in the upper reaches
he's with his family.
with his family. He's got like a wife and 2 kids.
He's got a wife and 2 kids.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's news. They could be compromised.
yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to take him into custody.
Yeah,
We're
sorry.
going to have to interview them.
Gonna ask them about their robot brother.
I'm going to ask Jocasta. So, Iago's private quarters, I gather he would want it to be as discreet as possible, but what's the security systems like on the upper levels?
I mean, as part of our protection, we keep an eye on everyone entering and exiting anywhere that can even lead to his quarters. But beyond that, one of his specific requests was that there be no surveillance inside his personal quarters.
But of course,
know.
why would you have a camera inside the boss's office?
Yeah.
But I mean, we're fairly certain that it's secure. He's well kept after. We keep track on him. If there's any reason for him to be concerned, he can summon either of us with just a tap. Or any other member of the security team, to be honest. Beyond that, he's not entirely unadept at fighting as well, from what I've heard.
Huh. Well, that's news to me. So what, is he skilled in melee or weaponry?
Yeah, apparently. Oh, but you didn't hear this from me, of course, but apparently when he was younger, he used to get into all sorts of scraps.
A bit of a lad then.
Rivals and while doing business, stuff like that.
Sounds
But
about right.
never seen him fight personally, but
Hopefully you don't have to.
yeah, exactly.
What about planetary shielding? Like, in terms of the entire world? Because Radar and myself had a very strange experience when we first landed. Is there some sort of planetary shielding or defense grid happening with the satellites?
Not I'm aware of. I don't really look after anything more than this house. You'd have to talk to maybe the head of security. You've met Elena. Something like that. But as far as I'm aware, I don't know what sort of planetary protection this place has. I just look after the mansion, really.
Yeah, that makes sense. But yes, anyway, I think we should interview Elena, just real quick, before the sun sets.
Do you think we can get her like on side, like to help us?
That would be good.
She's not like in the employ of Iago. She's just like a cop, right?
Nope, she's not in any way related to Iago or his thing. Her remit is she's the chief of police and security for the main city at Query.
Right. Okay.
I just want to find out more about this planet because Radar and myself had a screaming android in our dreams as soon as we arrived.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are there any other androids around here? Actually, Jocasta? Like not just you and I, but around.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure some of the cleaning staff, some of the engineers. I know one of the lab techs, android as well. I mean, beyond that, this is a Kasafa homeworld, but there's androids, there's humans, there's all sorts about.
Lab tech sounds like a pretty good go-to.
Yeah, I think we should check out the lab tech.
Because we were in the lab a little while ago, but we just looked at shit and left.
Yeah, so you leave Jocasta to his business.
Thank you, Jocasta. Have a good evening.
He's keeping a diligent eye on the security panels. On the numerous feeds you can see, there's cameras sweeping the entire of the vault at all times from a direct feed.
Are there any blind spots on the cameras?
Not that you can see.
Well, I think we've got everything out of Jocasta we can.
I think so, yeah.
We've got Elena
Elena?
and the lab tech, I guess.
Yep, you can go back to the lab. It's empty at this time. Everyone's gone to do their personal stuff in
Everyone's gone home.
very late evening at this point, so you'd probably have to go to his crew quarters.
We don't even know. He just mentioned there was an android. We don't even know who he is.
And he didn't ask his name either. So.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
I love that you guys never do that. As you're progressing out of the hall, you notice that the lights flicker again for a second, but again...
That's really troubling.
How
Why
often
is
does
it
that
happening
happen?
a second time? I
Yeah.
can understand it once.
Oh,
Why
two
is that
suns.
happening
Oh, okay, 2 suns.
So it flickers
two
once when one sun goes down, flickers another time when the other sun goes down.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense. Okay.
But you're now in late evening. We can probably pause it here.
Okay.
I mean, there is, away from the house, away from everything, there's a Kasafa in a shadowy room. You can't see their face or anything more than their outline, but they put their fingers together. And all you hear is, and here we go.
Thank you for listening to Cosmopunk. We're available on Spotify, iTunes, and a bunch of other podcast websites. If you like what you're hearing, tell your friends. Maybe give us a good rating on iTunes while you're at it. We are at cosmopunk.net, and we also have a Twitter at cosmopunks with an S. If you want more Cosmo content in the meantime, we now have a Patreon where we'll be occasionally uploading artwork, interludes, outtakes, and extended lore. We'll be introducing a proper tier system in the future, but for now, tips are very much appreciated. We're at patreon.com/cosmopunk, link in the description. The team has a ton of fun editing these episodes together, but it is extremely time consuming, so we're grateful for any show of support. Once again, thank you so much for listening, and we'll be back with more Cosmopunk in 2 weeks. Till then, shoot straight, roll high.
Speaking of our Patreon, we'd like to shout out our brand new supporters.
Shout out to Fringe Corps!
Top notch, Aaron Stargazer.
Good work, Jason.
Cheers to Donald Booley.
Massive thanks to Alice.
And big thanks to Autumn Nomura.
We really appreciate you guys' support. It's a lot of work making this, but knowing that you guys are out there, listening and willing to put your hand in your pocket for us really helps.